Hi guys, Schola Muchiri here, wellness coach and personal trainer based at VMX. And today we've been fortunate enough to be here. It's such a beautiful space. That's Cheers Mahamadi, where we've shot FRT, that's Fitness Roundtable, episode 2 or conversation number 2. Cheers Mahamadi is a multifunctional space that offers various services. They have corporate, that is your off-site meetings, team buildings, activities. They have wellness, daily yoga classes, meditation, psychotherapy, energy healing. They have art, exhibitions, and they have other occasions, parties, high tea, private dinners. So please guys, feel welcome. And Cheers Mahamadi is located at Kitisuru. We shall attach all their details in the link below. Hi, my name is Schola Muchiri and welcome to FRT, that is Fitness Roundtable. This is conversation number 2. On most days, I do the work of impact through training people. But on this particular lovely day, I want to do it through the amazing panel of trainers that I have with me today. And I will start with my lovely co-hosts. I have Njoki and Wamwere. Njoki.
Hi guys, my name is Njoki Bilango. I am a fitness coach. I teach women how to lose weight while keeping their carbs. You know that question, I want to lose weight but I want to keep my carbs, and that person for you. I'm also one half of the Booty Camp, which is a community of women that we created with Rachel to be able to teach women more than just programming and just how to train on their own, but then to also be able to provide more information about exactly what they need around fitness.
All right.
Hi friends.
Hi.
Hi.
Habari gani?
Habari gani? Mzuri. My name is Rachel Omwere. I am a fitness coach. I help women lose weight and maintain consistency on their fitness journey through training virtually and in-person training. I also do the booty camp with Mresh there, Njoki. And yeah, really enjoy it.
Twende sana.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Nisisi.
Oh wow.
Hi guys, I go by the name Andy Mark Mungai. I'm a fitness coach, and one third of the boot camp with Vinny and Mo. Usually do boot camps every Saturday morning, Galleria, near Stadium, and Fitness Mania Parklands. I specialize mostly in strength and conditioning and basically deal with men. Yes.
There we go.
How many biceps?
Hi guys.
Hi.
My name is Stephanie and I am a personal trainer and fitness coach. I train women who have had a baby or are just about to have a baby. And I also train women to become strong
There we go.
in a safe and accountable environment.
I like that.
Nice.
Hello guys.
Hi.
Hello.
You like the best of the last.
Yay.
I appreciate you. I won't put specificity, but it's okay. I'm Francis Murule. I'm a fitness coach. I'm doing a F2 Schola Functional Fitness program starting in February. So if you're into functional fitness, everything around losing fat, gaining muscle, having a good cardiovascular endurance, we're doing it at Sarit. Look for me. Yeah, I'll pass it to Scott. Thank you.
All right. I'll be sure to plug in each one of them with their details on my page, and let's start. Now, we are all trainers. First of all, thank you so much for making time for FRT. Now, I appreciate Sana.
Thank you for having us.
I want to start with you, Steph, because you're saying you're dealing with pre and post partum.
Yeah.
In what phase of your career would you say you're currently at?
That's an interesting question. Wow. I'm at a very good place because I niched out very specifically into pre and postpartum fitness maybe 5-6 years. Around 6 years ago. I was among every one of us who begins training everybody before you figure out what exactly you're good at. But around 6 years ago, I niched out to train women only first, and then to cater to the pre and postpartum market. That is quite big, especially the postpartum market. The postpartum market is bigger than the prenatal market.
Okay.
Where women come to the gym and they've had a baby, but the trainers have no idea what to do with them.
Yeah.
Everyone just thinks we're here to have 6 packs. So you had a baby, now you need to look like you never had a baby.
Yeah.
That was the main thing. So I am at a place where I have developed my programs long enough for them to actually be money back guarantees.
Okay.
I think I'm at a really good place in my career. It's been many years because I've been in the field for a long time.
Okay.
But I'm at a good place. I don't market much. For me, that's a
win.
That's a huge one, especially in 2023. 2023, I think, is where the break came. And I make this joke all the time that it took me 15 years to be an overnight success. That's when
Well, congratulations.
Wow.
There we go.
15 years later, I can sell a program without a postcard. And my clients can sell out a program for me without me ever talking about it. I just use what they experienced on the program, and developing programs over time has led to me being able to create something that people actually need. Because there's what we think clients want, but there's what they need. So they come and tell us, I want to lose weight, but really they needed other things.
Yeah.
They needed to sleep better. They needed. So when the program delivers that, they're here to stay. So I'm at a good place. That was it.
Yeah. Rachel, you're part of the booty camp with Njoki.
Yes.
And booty camp, clearly you're dealing with women. Unless there are men who want to build their glutes, which there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But majorly you're dealing with women.
Yes.
Which means you found the niche that took Steph 15 years. First of all, congratulations on that once again. Would you say that you knew you always wanted to deal with women, or it just happened to be so?
I think I can say I always knew I wanted to deal with women.
Yeah.
Mostly from the fascination of seeing results myself, and then the inquiries you'd get from other ladies, to the extent I had transformed my body. Like, how did you do this? How did you lose weight? Gosh, your bum has grown. You're so strong. You're so consistent. And when they ask or when they comment and maybe they're applauding you in that way, they seem, or rather then, even now, but then most of them, there was such a fascination, like, wow, how are you able to do it? And in me, I just wanted to show them, or the people who are coming to me, that it's just so possible for everyone. You just need to find a way how you can start now with what you have. And, you know, I started my fitness journey when I was in campus, and still, like long holiday, you go back home, and I used to stay with my shosho. So the way I started my fitness journey was hapo kwa front patio. There was, this is perfect. There was a seat that's there, maybe usongesha mbele hadi hapa edge ya meza.
Yeah.
And then there is this seat here. So like a space I had to work out was between here and the edge of this table that's here. And that's where I started. If you go down to my Instagram page, the current one, you'll see me working out there with mitungis.
Yes.
With 5-liter jerry cans.
Yeah.
Please don't. Yeah. So and then, you know, you progress, you get an interest to go to a gym. Okay, you renovated the gym, the facility became amazing. So I went there. You are blessed to get a few monies to actually buy a gym membership when prior you would not be able to afford it. So things open up, opportunities open up, you get an interest for things, and you end up living that fit lifestyle that you've always wanted. But primarily, yes, I knew I wanted to work with women to show that you can start wherever. And even like right now, I really am fascinated by my virtual classes. Yeah, because then we wake up 6 a.m. So currently I'm doing a HIIT and abs season. We are only using body weight. And ladies are waking up and being consistent 4 times a week by just working out in their sitting room. And the sense of accomplishment you see that they have, the fascination that they can be consistent in their fitness journey, just makes me happy. So I knew I wanted to work with women to show them it's possible. Anyone can be a fit babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. We are happy for you.
Thank you so much.
The guy seated next to you, Apo, Andy Mac. Andy, you said you're dealing with wababas.
Yeah, wababas.
When did you start? When did you say, this is my line and I want to focus on wababas? And what made you get there? What inspired you to do it?
Okay, it started as a joke because there's a meme I saw where men we train so hard so we get DMs from females.
Yeah.
But it ends up men do.
Guys.
Guys are the ones who are texting us. Telling us, hey, Jack, hey, you don't know anything. Yeah, so it was, at some point it was annoying because, hey, over the aim, where are the ladies saying, Nakapo? So, men used to, they text you a lot or they tell you verbally in the gym that, hey, you look good, because the first thing that men actually look at, you look at the upper body frame that is naturally.
Yeah.
So that interest came, like, it was something I used to get very oftenly. And I was like, let me not take it negatively.
Yeah.
I can use it in a very positive way to help them.
Yeah, because they are asking for help.
They're asking for it, it's help, but
Yeah.
to me, I never see it as help.
Yeah.
Because once they tell you, you're looking good, so no, I'm looking good, but
Nini, hapa ni wapi? Yeah.
I wonder.
What
I
do I-
wonder. Yeah, but I said, wait, I'm not supposed to block them, I'm supposed to help them out.
Yeah.
So I started saying, do this and this and this, because I also do the same thing. So they look up to me. So whatever I do, they follow what I do.
Yeah.
Then I decided, because then I looked at my list of my clients, majority are men. At times I go peacefully, wanaume tu. But there's something in here that is making a lot of sense and
Yeah.
it's making money for me. So I decided, let me just move with it, and it's working for me.
Yeah.
It's working perfectly.
Yeah.
And men have this ego, and they want to lift everything in the gym, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Akiona hizi, it feels like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
There's a way you approach it, and it's good because now we end up opening up, and we have that talk, deep money issues and stuff, and it's working okay.
Right. I really am happy that we are finally somewhere where we can say we found our niche, and which means we are not a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Now, Njoki, you and Wamwere do the boot camp. Same thing. So whatever she's speaking about, that's women. Speaks for the two of you, right? Now you found your niche. You're dealing with women. You're transforming their lives. You're showing them how to build their calves. Well, there's a sentence you say: build your calves.
You just lose fat, but keep your calves.
So lose fat while keeping your calves. Now, you've already found your niche. What does support look like in this niche frame of yours?
Me supporting or me being supported?
You being supported in the industry. By everyone.
In my career, in what I'm doing in my career,
Yeah.
or as a person.
So it depends. We're not talking about you as a person right now. We're talking about you and your career. You're a trainer, you help women transform their lives, right? What does support look like for you in that industry?
What being supported in my career looks like.
Yes.
I am surrounded by very amazing colleagues,
Yeah.
I would call them, that I happen to come across in a community that was created by one very amazing coach. So I have that in terms of, so the usual connotation in the fitness industry is every trainer for their own.
Yeah.
But then that happens when you're in the state of mind where you're thinking, we are all training the same people, except we are not. The day you have the shift where all of us seated here, we are three people who said we are training women.
Yeah.
None of us are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So there is no day we actually even refer clients to each other.
Yeah.
A client will reach out to me, hi, I have this is this and this and this I want, and I'm at this place. I can't go to where they are.
Yeah.
Steph is in a perfect position to handle that client. I send them over to Steph. So when you realize it's not a competition, we are actually, it's not me versus Steph, it's us and the clients on that side. So it's not every trainer, we're holding hands on each other. Then you realize the next person who's seated next to you is actually your support system.
Yeah. All right, Frank. What do you say to that? Because in all honesty, we actually do operate like we are competing with one another, as opposed to, you know.
In the setting of things, if you like, for example, walk around gyms in Nairobi, Westlands, everywhere where you train, you will find this negative energy. If you find like actually people like work there, people who have been like on the high end of really understanding like this is not a competition. This is trying to bring a community, bring Kenya into a fitness like world. Like we are fighting for something that we have to go. You have to be number one. It's always there. We find it like I guess all of you have been in that space. You go into let's say it's a new gym. You're getting there because you look a certain type of way. Someone assumes you're a trainer. They start giving you that attitude of like, yo, wait,
your competition.
You're a competition.
Yeah.
Like, we don't allow this. We don't do this and this. This is what we do. I hate that a lot. That's why where I'm at. If I see you, I'll approach you. I'll try and support you. I'll try and understand what you do as a person. Because I believe like we might be a million trainers in the world, but there's something special about you as a person that makes you like have this nature of clans, this nature of like working out.
Yeah.
So I support anyone who supports anyone.
Yeah.
So it's all for us to like come together and like work together and bring a community that all of us can be proud of.
Yeah.
The medicine is getting higher and higher, so the only medicine we have as a trainer is helping people out there.
Steph is nodding and agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Every sentence you're saying. Steph, did you experience support while you were coming up as a trainer? And you then versus now? Please take me through it.
Well, I think for me, some of the stories I hear you guys talking about in the gym space now did not exist when I got into the gym space. My first gym job was 12 years ago. That was my first full-time shift gym job. And I didn't stay there long because of that. But it existed in that particular gym where a client would be doing an exercise wrong, but we are seated at the reception. We can't help them because they don't pay for personal training.
And they are not your client.
Exactly.
Oof.
However, the rule in that gym was that you do not offer personal training during your shift hours.
Okay.
So what am I doing? Just sitting watching machines. So I was the opposite, and I have always been a non-conformist. I don't go with the rules, I do what is right.
Yes.
So I would walk up to a client and ask, hi, have you been oriented on how to use this machine? Yes, no. Could I assist you? And some would accept, but those who had been in that gym for long were wondering, what am I trying to do? Some actually would tell me in my face, as long as you're not charging me for it. I'm like, I'm not allowed to do personal training, so anytime you find me on shift and you need help,
I am here.
I am here.
Yeah.
So it was very confusing for me as to how people would just watch a client, and of course we've slapped an indemnity notice at the entrance that any injury you encounter is
it's on you.
The management is
it's not liable.
Okay, it's at your own risk.
Even your body at the gym.
Even your body at the gym.
Your own risk.
Yet this client has paid a membership that is paying your salary. So what are you doing? So for me that was very confusing. And I would help clients. I remember first of all, I was the only lady trainer. I'm among the earlier trainers who ladies were very few. It was unheard of to be in a setup like this until we have more ladies than men as coaches. Never.
There we go.
So we would be very few. We were very few, and so we were minority. And then the fitness field, because of the impact bodybuilding had, we were looked at as less than the other coaches because we were not bodybuilding. We didn't look buff, mean, angry, and sweating all the time. I look cute and I'm in the gym. And I know what I'm doing. Actually, no. There's one guy who actually told me he can bet I can't spot him. I was like, let's bet now. Let's bet. How much wekelea pesa hapa? Let's go.
That's a common thing.
Yes,
actually.
So it was very odd for me to get into a space that felt like that. But I personally changed it when I was working because I would assist a client. And when I left, because I quit my job, I couldn't handle it when I got pregnant. I was like, I can't be in this environment. with the way my pregnancy was going. So I left. Do you know when I left, there are clients who called me even after 2-3 years to date. I have contacts from that gym. Just because of offering little assistance. Yes, doing my job. It's actually doing my job. I was doing my job. I was paid to be on shift. So when I come into the gym, I open up, I set things up. I know we complain about setting weights back onto the rack. I would remind clients constantly instead of being at the reception talking about so for me that was very odd. Now moving into what I hear you guys experience, now I can relate because I have been out of the formal gym setup as an employee for so long that I cannot do it again. There's a vibe that I hate. Because I walk into a gym and first of all, so those of us who train already look like we train. So when I walk in and I'm dressed up, I'm coming to train. I'm not coming to train anybody. I'm coming to train myself. As Frank said, I am already a threat. Then with my following on Instagram, there are people who recognize me. So now I have people saying hi, and because I offer free tips on IG, are you training? We train together. So this trainer is wondering, what the hell is this woman doing here? For me, that's a very confusing air in the gym. I don't get it. It's like going to church as a sinner and you're asked at the gate, sinner or not sinner? You say sinner, it is slapped on your forehead, and then you're told in gear.
And you're going to heaven.
So we are all sinners, so that's why we're in church. So we are now seated, but everybody's looking at me and this one is the sinner. I mean, in the gym, all our clients should walk in and feel like they found home. You know, you meet somebody for the first time, you talk to them and you feel, God, it's like I've known you all my life.
All my life,
That's what I wish the gym would feel like. But it's very confusing that it doesn't feel that way. And I feel like we can change it. Maybe one day we'll open a gym where it's just us. So guys come and find us with sugar and coffee, high-fiving. And then when they share what their struggles are, even if they paid me, I tell them, Rachel, to do a better job with you. Let me paint a scenario of what support looked like for me. Support that I've actually experienced. When we were working in the forest with Luta, we were offering personal training outdoor. That time we were not, there were no Ubers like now, and boda. So we were driving, and driving to the forest, the mat takes forever to fill up. So even if you were not late, you might run late. But there was always a trainer around. So if there is a client coming, maybe jockey is coming at 1 o'clock, and it's 5 minutes to 1, Nduta is her trainer, but Nduta is not here. That is none of my business. I don't need to tell her, just sit there and wait for her. What we used to do was I set up a session. I have no idea what Nduta was going to do for today's session, but I would set up and start jockey off at 1 o'clock on the dot. Start her session, Nduta walks in at 1:15, she either takes over or she allows me to continue. Why? Jockey paid for a service, Jockey is here to achieve her goals, we are all invested in that. That was the kind of support we would have. And sometimes it would be a real emergency. That person didn't make it, they were caught in an accident, and they haven't managed to call you guys, or you didn't see your phone because you were training somebody else. But the client didn't need to see that those cracks have happened. The client had paid for a session. So we would randomly do sessions that way, and clients would be very weird for them, but they appreciated it because their time was not lost. So for me, that was the kind of support that I experienced, and I hope you guys can create that for each other. Because if a client goals can be achieved, with or without me, because you think you're just going to be there tomorrow. Your colleague should be able to take over all your work. I've gone on maternity leave twice. My clients never stopped training. Because I had trainers on standby who can take, Andy take this one, Scott take this one, Jockey take this one. Because I am the one on maternity leave, not them. Why are they stopping their training? So for me, that's what support looked like. It was there. That one I can tell you I've experienced, and I'd be happy to create that kind of support in the
Yes, Rach.
I feel like I've, based on the things that you said, I've just realized how currently we usually support each other. first is Nduta.
Yeah.
She's really a huge support system, I'd say, for all of us.
Yeah.
So she really guides us. When you have a question, you're like, ata sitafikiria sana. Sitajistress sana. Let me just hear what she has to say.
Yeah.
99% of the time.
Yeah.
It's always right.
Yes.
It's 100% of the time, you know. So I think that's a huge support system. And then another support system I think I've experienced, for me, I think it will just be ever since Nduta, right? Having a community of coaches and friends and just other trainers doing the same thing as you. Like when you have a program running, when Jockey and I have the booty camp, you guys go a lot for us.
Yeah.
When Jockey, you had your Women Who Lift event, people posted for you and you were like, oh, Atasi, just struggle and look, I've filled it up.
That thing at all.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So I think that's the way we support each other currently, which feels so good. And also when you see someone posting about you, think sometimes you know you don't believe in yourself, Sana. Then you see someone posting about it. Like when the boot camp is around, Andy will post about it karibu 3 times a day. Yeah. you think the boot camp it is. Yeah. And it shows you like, hey, atakama nilikuwa najidoubt for their sake. Watcha, let's do it, yeah. Another way I think I feel supported is having the chance to have people I can discuss my issues with. Like having kiumana mahali at work. Call Joki. Can you imagine? And we went for like an hour and someone will hear you. And even you the other day, you heard me. And it felt so good to be heard in a space where there is no judgment, because the other person knows exactly how they would feel if they were in your shoes. So I think that's another huge support.
Yeah.
And the last one, the last one I think is friends.
Yes.
Like not us like this, but then the friends we have ourselves, yeah. I think, or rather I'll speak for myself, I think my friends really support me, and they look very wowed by what I do, and they're always ready to either attend something that I'm hosting if they can, or if that is not what they need in that moment, they will definitely recommend it to other people. Or you find someone just says, we're ready to amana, and then they are just hyping you up, and maybe you're like, but then they seem so invested in your success that you have no other choice than to do the things that are required to succeed. So the friends that we've grown up with, the friends we've met along the way in schools, the friends we've just made, people we've just met, their affirmations of us and what we do, they really support us. They give us that motisha. Yeah. So I'm just very grateful for all those people and things and circumstances that I've mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frank, I am on your case here because earlier on we had a conversation about asking for help and support, and you were giving us, how you've been brought up by yourself, and you've learned to be there for yourself by yourself. You do everything. You're the provider, the protector. But that's just your personal life. Is that the approach you take on into fitness?
As I've said, and I also told you the same thing. The good thing about this place, and the good thing about we are all in the same industry and working on the same project, you're meeting people on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like in a day, you might be meeting 100 people who you're actually talking to. We actually talk a lot. I think we should be like news anchors or something. We actually talk like a lot. Yeah. People talk about things. Others are like, they reflect to you directly. Some of them are like actually gone through and see. So it opens up your possibilities and like your mindset of how you thought things were supposed to be to a new way of things.
Okay.
On dealing with things.
Okay.
So when you're out there, you're actually helping someone. You don't bring your problems into them, how you deal with things. You try and help them the best way they can do and deal their own things.
Okay.
So I deal with clients in a specific way that I actually appreciate Steph and Nduta from their hands.
Okay.
They've actually raised me. And some of my colleagues, some of them are not around. But if you go to a gym, you'll notice me, for example, until we work almost on the same gym.
Okay.
You'll notice the difference is so blunt. This guy will help you. He's the biggest guy in the gym. Right? He's the biggest, the biggest guy, but you'll see people approaching him because He's out there, he wants to help you. He's training, but when you ask him, he'll stop what he's doing to come in. Yeah. So you'll understand it. This is the brought up compared to other people how they brought up. So I'll say I'll help you, not my kind of way, how I'll help myself, but the way I know it will help you as a person.
Yeah.
That's what I focus more on functional fitness. It's not all about, because I notice also my niche is more about mental health for most people.
Okay.
My clients, you'll be surprised, my first clients at 4:30. This guy wakes up, not like he has to go to work at 5.
Yeah.
He goes to work at 8, but he wants to wake up and just push that thing.
Yeah.
He needs to talk to me, he needs to like put that energy into it. I can't give him like let's bench press for 30 minutes and stuff. He wants to blood pump, he needs that adrenaline running over and over.
Yeah.
We need to do some crazy stuff. He needs to feel like I'm hyped up, like he's on drugs and anything.
Yeah.
Then you'll see how the thing goes. He'll always appreciate you, he'll commend you. He's like, you never miss. Because every time, for example, I had a bad night, so I didn't wake up, the wife will call me.
Not that you didn't wake up.
Yeah.
You didn't make to the session. Frank, you didn't wake up and you're here.
I didn't make it to the session. The wife will call me and be like, you messed up my day. That guy is actually addicted to this kind of thing. So you'll understand, like, yo, I'm an impact in someone's life.
Yeah.
So it will actually like, give you that motivation every day, Don't do that again. Please. And even the wife, we don't train with that.
Yeah.
But she knows, like, for this guy's day to be perfect,
Please, you have to
you
show
have
up.
to show up.
Yeah.
So I tell you, like, yo, it's what, like, yo, I like this guy, his personality and what he does. So it gives you that motivation of like, just keep going in your life.
All right. Clearly, we are very well surrounded and well supported, and I'm really happy that that's where we are at, because then we stop fighting each other and we stop this mentality for utanibia client, and now we are because it's still there and it's gonna take time, but we are on the right track. And we start now focusing on the clients' needs, because it's trainers and their needs, which means they get to see the results sooner even, because now we have more time for them and we are investing in ourselves to help them get to their goals, their needs faster. But before we had the support, before we became this well-surrounded, we all started somewhere. And we all tried out so many things. At some point, I think I did Zumba, me who has 2 left feet. So my question to you is, what is a mistake that you've made in your career that you regretted and you've learned from, but you still feel some type of way about it when you think about it? That one mistake. I can go first as you're thinking. Nimeona mumefikiria. I'll go first. There's one time I left a client at the leg extension. This is, let me check. This story. This is the leg extension for the codes. I left a client at the leg extension. I had given them reps like 12 to 15, 3-4 sets. And then I walked away. So me, I'm doing my other personal training services. Then this client comes walking to me and she has sort of a limp or something, like amechoka. She's like, "What? Nimechoka?" And I'm like, "Ai, kwa nini?" Nimefanya 100 reps. Pale kwa leg extension. Hata hasemi leg extension, but I'm getting it's leg extension. So I'm like 100. Yeah, I'm like 100 reps. So it clicked. I forgot the client on the machine. I actually did. So immediately, you know me, I can sell you water. Immediately, raka. I was like, good job. That was your workout of the day. Good job, Sasa. Actually, that's what I said. Sasa, yeah, please. Sasa kinetutafanya, wewe chukua mat pale, let hapa to stretch. You're done for the day. Actually, very good job. Hey, hizo quotes, You'll be a little bit sore, but very good job. Lakini the whole time I was just like, guy, wow. Nilisahau mtu kwa machine. So me I said 12 to 15 reps. I said 3 to 4 sets. But sasa siye aliendelea because I can't see trainer. Yeah, so yeah, akaendelea to kupump hizo quads. And when I look at it, it's because I was dealing with because when she came over to where I was, I still had like 3-4 people I'm attending to. Kuna wengine wako huko leg press, kuna mtu wako kwa treadmill. And I understand that I had to do it because also, but they knew. Granted, they all knew. I had to do it to make ends meet because Ni haba na haba, hujaza kibaba. But till today, it's funny, but I felt bad that she had to do 100 reps of a particular thing. So that's a mistake, and I see myself in that I had not known my niche. So everyone was my client. But you have to go through your processes. So what's your 100 reps story? Who wants to go? One mistake that you've made that you've learned from, because like right now I've specialized. Now I know my clients. Now I do one-on-one personal training. I don't have 2 people at a go. It's only 1 person, and I keep it moving. Choki, do you want to go?
It's not a specific 100 rep story, like an experience.
Yeah.
But there's
1,000 looks like yours is 1,000.
Can you cut this guy off?
I'm curious.
No,
He probably knows something, so you tell us.
no, does he?
Mm.
There was a time I would say yes to everything.
Yeah.
You know that point where you start out doing everything?
Mm.
When you say everything, I did everything.
Yeah.
Because, so I have a background in sports. That's where I've started. So I would train sports people.
Yeah.
I would train, and I'm talking about in the same day. So by the time I'm going to bed, it's bad. I would do Zumba. I would train sports people. I would train martial arts still at the same time. I would go do a HIIT class. I would do. Do you want to say something?
No.
You want to say something?
He's
now you're curious.
I'm listening. I've been a good listener. Like, you talk about this.
Now you have something to say.
Exactly.
So
we have Zumba, martial arts, sports people.
Was just
You're doing a lot.
And it got to a point where actually I keep saying for the last 2 years, I think it's when my body has completely healed. Because I always had injuries. I always did. I always had injuries. My back was wrecked. There was a time, I think when I was even starting my very, very first 30-day challenge, I was missing a toenail, and I think this one.
I thought it was a 2. When you said missing, I was like, Kuisha.
No, toenail.
Okay.
People don't want to be toenail. I had a lot of injuries. So that point where I was saying yes to everything because I thought I was good. I was pretty good at everything.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, did I need to do everything? But I didn't have anyone to tell me that I didn't need to do everything.
I think the setting of like mostly when you're like, let's say straight from college and everything, they're fast, like let's say how do you call it, the fast job or the fast, they give you everything. You have to do Zumba, you have to do it so that they can cover up. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But do you need to?
No.
It's a thing of thinking you have to go through pain for you to learn the lesson. You don't need to touch fire to know it's hot. You don't need to, even though you went through it. So I didn't need to, but I said yes a lot to things I shouldn't have been saying yes to. But I'm glad that I have the support and someone who sees things in a wider perspective and a better perspective than I do now. To be able to tell me no in this one. Actually now I've gone to being told you need to say a lot more no's than you say yes.
Yes.
Even to opportunities that look very glamorous and this one looks like it's the one. No.
Yeah. Andy?
Listening to your stories, mine is not particularly from the gym 100 reps or
Sawa?
toenail.
Yeah. Tell us that one. We watch that one. So now Madame Toenail. You've become Madame Toenail, by the way, from now henceforth.
We need to redo that story because it cannot be Madame
You're Madame Toenail and Madame 100 reps.
How much you want Madame To? It sounds Chinese, like interesting.
Miss Toenail.
Andy?
So I think everyone has gone through this. At times, like with what we do in a day, handling like more than 6 clients in a day, at times you feel like you're crashing down. You have those days you must get to like, wow, is this really worth it? You feel like you're crashing down. Mwili imekataa, you just want to take a break and everything. So part of the mistake you're saying is doing everything at once. Kohapo kokule. I think even us when we enter into a gym at a sahi, the helping part, you want to be seen or be heard. You want to help out. Of course, ukiona mtu akifanya something wrong, it doesn't seem right to you. So you're there. But then you ask yourself, is it worth it? Of course, it is worth it, yes, but there are days you feel like, I think I've overdone it. I've given out too much energy. I'm given 100, I'm getting maybe 30. And you ask yourself, is this a mistake I'm doing? Should I just focus on what I'm supposed to do? If you get 8 a.m. where my client is, I finish, I go to the kitchen and wait for the next client to come back in. So there's someone who is very close to me, I think uplifted me with a text and told me, you guys, you trainers, you don't know how powerful you guys are. We're very powerful. And people look up to us so much. You have no idea. So you're a movement by yourself.
That's what I was talking about.
You're a movement. You're so powerful. In whatever you do, people look up to us. There's something you wrote on the group this week about the eating and everything, and people expect us a lot from us. But do they know if do we crush ourselves? Do we feel like we're tired? And I don't know how we can put it. Is it a mistake? In terms of what we do at times? Is it tukijituma sana?
I don't know whether we would call it a mistake, but because we're in the service industry, we tend to just serve, and forget about your own self-care.
Yes. Is it that some of us serve too much? We have other colleagues now. Some of us serve.
Yes.
It ends up bringing a toxic environment. Watu wanakuja, wewe mbona kuna clients wengi?
They're like, ni kama unajishow.
It's like a show. So me anashindango, where is the balance? Limit iko wapi?
When you say you give, you feel like you give 100% and you're getting 30. We feel that because we want their 100 back.
That's instant,
No, it's not even that instant. It's not that we want people to also do the same things for us in personal life or in your work. That your client does the same for you.
Yes.
It's that you do not feel appreciated for their 100 that you do. It's not the reciprocation. It's the appreciation. And it might never come from your client.
Yes.
You need to find out where
Your cup is being filled from.
Where you're getting that appreciation from, whether it's your family, whether it's these people, and where that feels like that 100. It's never going to be from your client.
Also, sometimes some clients make it worth 120%.
Yes.
Like, give you an example, during COVID, people are like a certain number of guests you have to invite for a wedding because there's regulations. You have to give this number.
Yes.
So for me, I was personally invited, being like part of a family for this wedding. That represented a lot. I was like, wow, I didn't know I knew this much. Imagine 100 people, you're among the 100 people. And imagine there's a husband, a wife, they'll have family. Like a lot of people. Out of all, you're given an invite. And you're treated in a special way, not like just everyone else. It gives you that much.
I'll
make sure. So you actually look at this next day and say like, yo, I think I mean something in people's life.
That's what I'm saying, you're powerful.
So you talk at us, you're waking up at 3:30, you're like, oh, should I or should I not? But when you think of who you represent, what you represent as a person, it gives you that motivation of just push, go. Go. So
I have another point around addition to that. Considering we're all human, and sometimes when you feel like you've given 100, you're expecting either the appreciation or a way to fill your cup, or feeling well compensated for the 100 that you've given money-wise. Because if you are undercharging, then maybe that's why you're feeling like, I'm not saying it is the whole reason, but it could be a part of the reason why someone can feel tired. I'll be very honest. I could be tired. I could be even sick. But if I know that I have sessions that will add a few zeros to that day, mimi naenda. Wallahi.
You're showing up.
Let me tell you something. No, honestly. And it's not like money is the only thing. It definitely isn't, because there are also people that I do train for free. Msikuje.
Wasikuje tena wengi. I heard you give free services.
There are people who I do offer the free service. But
you're not alone.
Yeah, and I know I'm not alone, because everyone, most trainers I've spoken to, there's someone that they've chosen that these ones actually, and maybe not one or two, but then part of feeling like your work has a purpose, in my opinion, is that fulfillment, and filling your cup, being appreciated by the people you're working with, and charging a rate that is good compensation for you. And notice, I'm not saying overcharging, because that is also something that I do not totally agree with. And there's obviously nothing like overcharging. It just depends on your levels of integrity, with knowing the kind of value that you're giving the person that you are and have grown into.
But Rachel,
yes,
if I can add on, do you think like sometimes when, let's say you're charging as much as you want to, this client is willing to pay as much as you're asking for, but that 1 hour with them feels like hell, like you want to run away. Would you take that?
So,
because this is it, like, I'll take, there's a level I go below, but I'll prefer that and enjoy this moment. This 1 hour feels like solid time with the client. I'll take that over this person paying this
that
much.
I totally agree with that.
That 1 hour feels like 24 hours.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But what I was saying first is that level of integrity with the value, and maybe the extent to which you've grown, the extent to which you've increased in your knowledge, and that ile yenye mtu akisikia that you're charging this, you won't be hiding, saying just being very okay and grounded in what you're charging, knowing with full confidence that it is value and you deserve. When it comes to that part for the peace of mind with a client, I totally agree. Like, as Njoki said, as lucrative as some things could be, sometimes you'll have to say no, even if there is no prospect of, if you drop this one, someone else is coming. So, but then sometimes you'll stick it out, but then when you reach the point of saying sasabas, it's okay.
I would want to add and say, it's not just saying no, it's you're saying no and referring them to someone who would actually assist, which means community. Because I would tell you no, I'm either fully booked, or I'm experiencing burnout, or maybe you're paying less or something like that. But then again, so because you've said no, so what do you want these clients to do? So I would want to add that it's saying no, but also referring them to someone who would be able to offer the same services and better. Frank has talked about something very touching, that you were invited to this wedding. It's really, actually, very touching.
It's some few years, but still lives in my head.
Yeah, exactly. So has lollipop moment has an impact still. I once had a conversation with you, Steph. Unakumbuka ile siku tulienda nikakula nyama zote. Yeah, because I'm a trainer. Because I'm a trainer, I have to eat all proteins. And we had that conversation, and you were telling me how our generation, because we are not just offering services at the gym, we're also offering online, and we're also doing home trainings. One where you do home trainings, and you were telling me how you hear our generation, we are offered. You also do home training, right? We are offered. You also do home training. All right, good. And okay, so kila mtu does home training. And you told me that you hear that our generation, we are offered food. Na unaona mtu anakataa kukula. And we had that conversation with you. Yeah. Please take me through that.
Some people eating behaviors are bad, so you can't just eat that. What would you and stuff.
No, but is that the reason why you're refusing? When a client offers
Also,
you a glass of water, can I offer you a glass of water? No.
She said food.
Even if they offer you food, is that the reason?
No, like we have an hour. I eat for 30 minutes. Just be honest. Like I eat for 30 minutes. I take my time eating. So if I'm having this hour due, and 30 minutes I'll be eating.
No, we are not talking about the time here. We're talking about I've gone to a home client, and the session was lovely. So either before, during, or after, and they offer me something to eat, and I'm refusing, but Steph is like, you should eat, because that is the bond that you have with them, and that is the same as them inviting you for this wedding. So Steph, you're taking me through that.
Mine was to just say that in that regard, yes, sometimes you're not able to eat.
Yeah.
You may not be able to eat every time. Maybe you're rushing to your next session, or you have actually honestly just eaten.
Yes.
But you cannot always say no to them, and yet you hope that even when you come with something, let's say you passed by someone selling very nice pineapples, and you know your client likes pineapples, and you bring and they're like, no, the orange. Like it would be the kind of work we do crosses over a bit into being very relational with the client.
I mean, that's why we are personal
Yes.
trainers.
So if I think as guys, first of all, the oath that doctors sign, this isn't even yet to sign. But the things that clients would talk about in a session, I can't open my mouth and tell you.
Yeah.
All right? Because that's a safe space for them. That's their time to shut off everything else that is going on and just be. And we also, that physical push that we give through exercise and the stress that comes through exercising puts them in a very vulnerable place where they open up to us a lot. So imagine this person opens up to you. I train pre and postpartum clients.
Yes.
If there's one thing postpartum clients, all of them look forward to is someone to talk to when the trainer gets to their house. Because most of them have little babies. Their day looks like diaper change, poop, feed, nap. Okay?
Yeah.
That repeats for hours on end, for months on end. The same people, they only go out when they're going for clinic runs. The husband has his own life in, his life continued. He goes out, he meets friends, he talks to the security guard. You're talking to the baby and the nanny the whole day. So when the trainer gets there, she has so many things she would like to share, the questions she has to ask. Then being a mom as well, myself, there are things they want to run by me. The baby is going through, I can show you pictures, even as recent as yesterday, of me holding babies during a session. Because the baby is now cranky, they are screaming, they are sleep trained, but they are screaming in the crib, and the mother just wants 1 hour.
1 hour too.
To do a few exercises and stop feeling stiff in her back. And she's like, okay, now I don't know whether we cancel the session. I'm like, no, bring the baby. Me, I've had a baby tied on me. I tie a baby and I'm like, you do your exercise. You're not done working out.
Yeah.
So I have already created this environment for my client that they are safe, they are heard, they are seen. And not only are they doing all that, they're also there to improve themselves. Then they offer me a glass of water and so we keep, for me it feels like we keep putting up walls. And as you said earlier, that sometimes our job can also feel very lonely, because even when we are tired or sick, we show up for that session and with a smiling face, counting reps, doing things that, and you're struggling with burnout, you will also need, you might not vent to them, but that talking through the day also does something for you. If you've had a really tough morning, you arrive at your first session and you come out healed. True or false?
Very true.
So I feel like it's a human thing to accept a glass of water, on the very least. If you had eaten, decline it politely. On a day you have lunch. If you can't, I have a client who offers lunch every time. I go 3 times a week. To be honest, I can't take it every time because I have sessions right after hers. But there are days I say on Friday I'll stay for lunch, and I sit down and I stay. If I have 20 minutes, I'll eat for 20 minutes and then I leave. But you can't constantly say no and still hope that this client will be open enough to you for you to train them in the manner that they've paid you for. So it also allows them to see you as human. You're not just a coach. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to show people that tuko na ngozi ingine.
Fast, yes,
We
one
have
up.
jeans.
Na tuko smart.
We know how to draw eyebrows.
Yes.
We know how to put lashes. We know how to look cute
I
without
wonder.
being.
They're not used to seeing with the
Yeah,
trials.
tuko na earrings za kuhara. And we are chicks. Yeah, they are ladies. You can distinguish
We're just
ladies
girls.
from them, because in the gym, ukiapangisha trainers hivi.
Tunafanana sisi wote.
We look the same. Kila kitu huwezi jua. Ni nywele tu inatupenda.
Tukivaa hoodie na sweatpants na sport shoes.
Same.
Amen. agenda.
Hiyo kitu ilitoka wapi? Where did that thing come from?
Gotcha.
What? Yeah, people not seeing us with this side.
We don't.
It is
We don't
not
show
very much.
them.
It's not
We
very
don't
much.
show
And then
them.
what's the occasion?
Yeah.
It's most of
Because
the
when they
time
ask
you
you to
invite
sit
and
down
don't
and
show up.
eat, like can you sit down and eat? No.
And when you're invited for events, you don't show up.
You don't show up.
Yeah.
It's pretending. It's the false notion of we want to look professional.
Yes.
But what is professional?
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like this December, I decided this December I'm going out. Every client who said like where we have to go out, I was like, of course we're going out.
You're going
Now
out.
I'm ready.
Now
this
you're
December.
ready.
And no cabs. Don't say I said this like inside.
Yeah.
Alright, so
It's being courteous. Okay, for example, like me, I have Muslim clients. My biggest niche is actually Muslim women. Actually, these trainers, anyone who gets a new client who happens to be a Muslim woman, they just refer them to me because they know I deal with a lot of them. In their culture, I've had some of these clients for 2.5 years. Every single day in their culture, you can't come in their house and they not offer you something to eat
Yes.
or drink. It is literally they have to. Me, I say no. So now I have their sessions with Pangana hivi. Let me tell you, I'll be given lunch, dinner. Oh, you're not eating. Nani, come and fungia and like, yes, because
Yeah.
it is a gesture. You cannot not take that food because now it's offensive to her. She has to do that for you.
It's her she feels as though it's
It
their
is a
duty.
actually. They have to
Yeah.
feed you when
And
you
the
come to
joy
their
you
home.
see them,
Yeah.
it's
Now,
very
it's actually
admirable.
rude to them
Yeah.
when you don't take their food because no, you're actually in there. Can you imagine you're in someone's home, you've come to their private space. They are vulnerable and exposed to you, and this one thing that they are giving you to sit and
To
eat.
connect.
Yes, it's a moment of connect, a bit of they're begging for a bit of connection, but you can't see it. It actually feels rude.
I think the professionalism that people think they want to uphold is not what they actually display.
Yeah.
What you can still do as a trainer in somebody's home is carry yourself with grace and respect in their home. Of course, you're not going into rooms checking in. The Kenyans, Nairobi people, stop asking people what they pay. So unless you're doing that, then that's mannerless.
Yeah.
But if you're carrying yourself in the manner that the trainer, the session is done in the living room.
Yes.
And the living room is where you've been offered.
Yes.
something
Yeah.
to eat.
On a
Eat.
budget.
Don't put your feet up.
Yeah.
Usitoe viatu at dinner, you put your feet up. That's what many people think it will get to.
Yeah.
And then unless you're unprofessional.
Yeah.
Even in a hotel you do that, right? When
Yes.
you paid for food, why don't you put your
Why don't
feet
you put-
on
yeah.
the table? This one you have not paid for. If you behave badly, generally as a human being, you behave badly at your clients.
Yes.
So if we are behaving well, and we are used to behaving well generally, we are seated here, everybody, you stick to it, it will be the same way you carry yourself in a client's home. I used to sell eggs at some point, and one of the things I used to do with my clients is when I would bring eggs, and I just place them, or like when a client has been on maternity, and trained you prenatal, then now you're back, postpartum, I come with flowers and I come with a gift for the baby. I know my clients' kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
So I know there's a party after the session.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Is it right? It's not even that child. There's a child who doesn't sleep. Her nap time is at the same time as the session. And they cannot sleep. Coach Steph is coming. Her birthday is coming up. She has a party on Saturday. My session was on Friday. And then I came empty-handed. You get? So for me, they are not only my clients, but they're people I relate with, they're human. I do these things for them. Then I should also accept of them doing some of these things for me. Because when I got married, already a trainer. When I was getting married, I didn't invite most of my clients because my wedding was dismal. Okay? Not most of my relatives didn't even come. But clients who knew I was getting married either bought me lunch, bought me a gift, sent me cash, sent me vouchers, and then me glass of water. I think it's a bit arrogant, and it's a sign of disrespect, because if you respect them, you can bring a gift.
But when you're offered water,
You can bring a gift when they have a wedding, your client graduated. You just need to come like that. You know they graduated. They told you. Some are even getting bodies for weddings, and then you need. In as much as you are not invited for the wedding, you probably felt led to buy a gift.
yeah.
So your client is getting married, you've created that bond, they're giving credit to you all over that wedding, and you come the gift, or you bring the gift and they tell you, go back with it.
Yeah.
You look your dog.
What she's saying about the gifts and everything. Towards the end of the year, Christmas. So I made some cards, Christmas cards. So I gave it out to all my clients.
This is Wababa.
Babas,
Listen, it should be like that, yes.
You made a card.
Teaching masculinity.
You made a
This
card.
Mubaba.
ilienda kwa nini wangu designer wangu akanitengenezea cards na nikazipack vizuri envelopes, nikaandika jina zao, nikawapatia even female clients who are not my personal clients. My clients we just meet in the gym and hi you become good friends. So you just give them something like, hey, so I made it for this each and everyone. I made it for them, and then it was the list was so long. So then I'm like, that's not a very wrong mentality. Let me just, it's a token, it's a whole year. Doesn't cost anything,
That's true.
So let me, once the session is coming to an end, because I was closing work on 23rd of December, so I said, let me give each one of them. When you're a travel, I'll give them. So there's this old man I trained, so I went and gave him this card, and he's a Muslim, and it's a Christmas card. So I don't know how he take it, but it's okay. Akikata ni sawa. And so I went and like hey, this year's what's that? He told me it's a Christmas card just to say thank you for the whole year. It has a good message there. And so he opened it and like, oh, this is for me. Then the guy got teary.
Wow.
Then I'm like, hey, mzee, mambo gani?
Jaribu kidogo tukusanye. Mambo gani haya?
So he told me something that which I found very deep. He told me, you know what, this is actually very good and very professional of you, because the whole year no one has gifted me anything, because people expect a lot from me.
Jokindo hiyo.
This guy is big time, you know, so people expect.
Everyone wants you to.
His heart is always giving the whole year. One of his employees, paying fees.
Nobody ever sees him.
So he's always giving out. So he was like, wow, this.
And it's just a
I think
card.
that card
Imagine.
can cost maybe 100 or something. But to him, the message that was there, appreciating him for the whole year, he was like, no one has gifted me anything this year. So you giving me this, I put it in my office, and I'm really grateful for it. And people expect a lot from me, but I don't expect anything from anyone.
You need to know when his birthday is now.
No, go all out.
Utafanya nini aliye sana.
So that gave me, it really encouraged me for the year, because this guy was there the second day of the year, and then after two, where's Andy? Nilem's like India is just looking for me, attacking to me. Because he goes back.
Wow.
So he doesn't want to help with anyone else. So that really was a sign that these people, our clients, at they have all this, just give them that small thing. It goes a long way. Kuna baba wengine niko napatikana naambia ai wewe
hizi ni gani wewe
hizi chukui patia mama patia mama ama nibadilisha jina andika na watoto so it's okay. These people also deserve these small things. Go along with sisi tunaenda tu kwa and we just eat and leave. That thing of going with a pineapple or something, it's a plus.
I really am here for us embracing the personal part of being a personal trainer, because it is embracing and literally sharing things with them, noticing small things about them, applauding them, because it really gets extremely personal. And first of all, round of applause to Andy. Wacha tupumue kidogo. There is one.
In the spirit of, even in our communities changing, because before the clip started rolling, we were talking about how men have a hard problem asking for help. Thank you for doing that. It's hard for us to pass up, like if I pass, you see how uncomfortable it is for that guy and he says, Patiana your card, because you guys are not used to receiving the love in their time. We're just used to taking from you guys, and I'm so sorry the society has made you feel like that's all you are. If you can't provide, you're not a man. So it's you guys, it's comfortable. When you guys start doing it, that's all we need. And then you give us a breakthrough to be able to offer more of ourselves to you, not just take from you guys. Yes.
Them accepting is actually a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
You have to change.
It's easier for you guys to start changing it. So especially the guys, because when
Guys to guys.
yes, that's what I mean.
That brotherly.
Yes.
I get where the music comes from, because at times you're surprised until like some of us have like, how do you call it, anxiety problems or something. You're not expecting anything, then someone surprises you, gets you like off guard completely.
Oh wow.
Because on my birthday once, I was surprised for the first time with a cake. Happy birthday! I froze for like an hour, like I didn't know what to do.
Just where?
It's just something so new to you. Like why would someone do this?
Because we love you guys.
Oh.
It's a big but yeah,
So
thank
you
you.
see,
When
like,
it starts like that, guys to guys,
Yeah.
that would be easier.
It's very
Because it's
tough.
very hard for us to.
Because you see, like now for me, my birthday falls on December, babies. The last week of the year, 22nd December. Hiyo ndio time watu wanapanga kusafiri, wanaenda, wateja wanaenda. So it's your birthday, okay, sawa, I'll see you next year. So,
Tuambie mapema.
wanadhania sasa because it's your birthday, you'll break now. I was working till evening.
Yeah.
My birthday. Because I was like,
Just 22nd.
yeah, it was on a Friday, imagine.
Hey.
Hata wewe you invite.
Sana invite wapi nini?
Na uko kazi hata.
I was working.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing.
So
And then
like-
to invite. No, it's not him to invite you for his birthday.
It's actually you.
It's you guys
I was
are supposed to
working. Why am
invite
I?
him.
I'm not going to
It's
invite
you to do something
For him.
Yeah.
Usimpatie
It's not the other
pressure.
way around.
You see the feeling
Yapa
that you
ni nini?
experienced.
Ladies are they're interesting. Like you guys have your own like thingy how you
That's
do
the
it.
same thing. It's the same thing I raised in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's the same thing I raised in the beginning.
Yeah.
When you know a colleague of yours, a male colleague, which I said in the beginning, you know a male colleague is going through some challenges, mental health, emotional, physical. Just randomly give him a call. Don't ask him to talk about it. Give him a call and say, let's meet up for a drink.
Can I
You know, don't forget
I know it seems odd, but that's
that
the only way
colleague.
it can start.
That colleague that is going through all the mental health and things. I'm giving an example. You as a person also going through the mental thing, but you want to give it your own way.
You did it.
But
once.
you're expecting like someone else to like also do the same thing. So it's always like
No, I think
you're giving each other space of like benefit, not a small ones that you know.
No,
Who's
you
present
can't
before
give me
they're
the
done.
expectation that it will be done for you, but where you can be in control to actually extend a hand. And one of the ways of dealing with your own challenges sometimes is serving others.
There we go.
You know, have you ever been sick and you feel like you're dying? You go to the hospital and the first person you meet at the gate, you're like, hey,
Yeah.
I am actually very well.
Yeah.
When you extend a hand, sometimes it also distracts you from whatever you're going through. Of course, it's not how to cope with it, but it allows you also to share with that person whatever they are going through. And because you people naturally don't do that, us guys will do it. If I don't see her posting for us good morning after 3 days, I am in her DM.
But then she's in my DMs.
What
Wait.
is going on?
Kwani hauamki? What's going on?
What? The lift is not working.
Then-
I need to an
Or she
explanation.
has a special elevator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ama amepanda stairs.
Exactly. Like she
In the
used
morning
last
it's
day.
na mbona sikuambia watu. Yeah.
So we tend to, with the sixth sense, pick that up quickly. But for you guys, because it's not natural, you can learn how to do it. Just like how he I can't believe he designed
That
he designed a card.
Listen, if you don't do anything else,
I can
That one was enough.
And I'm sure this is the last. You see the way he looks. This is the last guy
person
who
you
design a
expect to
card.
do. Yeah.
Actually,
When you look more like you design a card.
than him.
Your shirt has some designs.
Yeah.
He looks so
masculine,
very tough.
So-
So he sat down and designed a card. So you can learn how to do it. Give someone a call, write them a text and say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
I had a
Let's meet up
conversation.
and walk.
Yeah. You see exactly what you're talking about. I had a conversation with you about going the extra mile, which seems like it's rocket science for us. And anyone who goes that extra mile, anaonekananga ni kama we na wewe, ni nini. And the extra mile could be as simple as you just going into my DMs being like, siku tatu sijaona good morning. Or me DMing Rachel, siku tatu I haven't seen habari gani friends. Yeah. So I'm saying that, because I have a problem, me and my therapist, tunapigana, tuko tu. Leo akisema hii nikisikia inatoka inaenda tunapigana. I have a problem with this self.
Yeah.
Ni mimi. I don't know what you call it. Self-care, I don't know, self. So it's just me and then you guys.
Yeah.
So and then if that's how you're operating, that colleague of yours that you guys have in common, pia mimi niko na vitu zangu na deal nayo. So mimi nikikaa niko na vitu zangu na deal nazo. Na wewe ukae na uko na vitu zako una deal nazo. Where are we?
Frank, you're shocked it's 3 days. 3 days is too little.
No, it's like.
Wana overreact.
For us, it's very different.
So this is the thing. This is just everyone who takes it as easy as I'm
Say what you say.
Yeah.
Nimesema what nimesema.
This is the thing. If let's say a guy keeps on like, let's say 2 days, 3 days checking on you, you feel kind of way. You're like, wait, Kwani, what's happening?
No, don't make it weird. You guys already know how you relate.
It's just not. It's just
But also, I have a question.
Sasa salamu
But
ni
Frank,
kitu ya kufrika.
what is wrong in checking in on someone?
It's okay, but you're like, wait. It's always has to be a business, an idea, or anything.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like.
Ours is very
Yeah.
shallow sana.
Because you see-
yeah.
Yeah, we
But
actually
then that
need
needs
to
to
talk.
be broken.
It needs to be addressed because don't just see it as you checking in niaje, because it also now translates to work. What Steph was talking about. So you guys say you're working in the same field. You don't know, maybe unaweza pata PT kwa gym yao or vice versa. Exactly. So juu hamjajuliana hali, you've seen his client, but he's nowhere to be found. But well, si watajipanga.
For instance, that's what I'm saying. It has to have a reason. I'll see him, his client. Ndampigia simu, Andy, mambo kwa poa saa, by the way, najuana for a month or something. Probably even 2 months. Mbona kanatoka hapo niaje boni? Ataniexplainia. Sir, then that's it. Again, until something else comes up.
No.
But do you have, it doesn't have to be, that's the thing, it doesn't have to be with everybody. So now that every guy who's in your contact list, first of all, it's just that we need to, I don't know that it's as crazy because, but it's just a community as well, break down the idea that, we really have a fragile idea of masculinity. That if I even text you every 2 days, now you start thinking. Sometimes you can't even say hi to a guy. You have to add the sentence opportunity, no homo. Like you have to.
Hata compliment t-shirt inakaa vizuri. No, it's a problem.
Compliment is how. Then compliment daily.
Kwani?
No, that's why I'm saying.
What if you look good every day now?
You can have a person.
Probably
who
we've
you
had the
pick.
same clothes there all day.
You can have a person
But
who
you
you
have
pick, and you know when this person asks me, they are genuinely asking and concerned whether I'm okay. It doesn't have to be everyone. And if this person has not given you a reason to think otherwise, why are you thinking otherwise?
Yeah. So we
They're
throw
not
that.
giving you a reason to.
Yeah, we throw that to you. You said you're dealing with wababas.
But
Yes. So you need to work with them.
You realize you can decide, regardless of whatever society and how you think. You can decide from now on, this is the way I think, and this is how I will deal with this, and it goes forward.
Yeah.
You can decide at any one point.
In my page, I post a lot of memes, like over and over and over. I think that opens up a communication around my network and every people who are like, guys, not everyone. Me, this space, I'm learning something new. People out there, most men don't know things like this. They're raised, others are in their 40s, 50s, but That's the tough love that I've been taught. So when you see my meme, I'm laughing on it, I'll comment, I'll be like, hey, you're Maliza, then I'll pick up on that conversation. But how are you? You're doing well? That's how I communicate most of the time.
Yeah.
Not like just approach from zero.
When it comes from that, have you asked anyone, oh, hi, how are you? Has anyone ever replied, actually, no?
Yeah.
Really?
Then, yeah, you communicate from that. Because
Okay.
some of them want that, not because you're looking for that adrenaline rush. You just pass the night.
Connection.
I laughed at it. Then you text me, man, that job was a dope. I'll be like, yeah, I know. Then how are you doing? Conversation starts there. So we can be like, you do what we meet for coffee or something, you can talk, yeah, that's it. We communicate. But then you guys deal with things, I'm like, wow.
So we are aliens.
Andy, you have a niche.
Lots of hugs and kisses.
Yeah. Andy, you have a niche here to deal with wababas and tell them that it's normal to be given cards and to be appreciated and to be loved.
Then you notice, like,
Yeah.
when you're posting that, you'll always get like people tagging you in memes, reels, and everything. They're sending you all over. Like, suddenly fungo page yangu IG, it's like reels all over. I'll be laughing. I'll be like, yo, this was dope. Then communication just started that way.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to start. At least we are starting and to endelea water that path. I want to talk about career highlights. What's one of those things that you've done that when you look back, you're like, hey, enyewe hapa nilikuwa nimeweza. That could be one moment, it could be several, but what are those career highlights that you guys have when you look back, you're like, well done, Schola. Steph, you want to go?
One would be creating online programs that actually work. Yeah, where I don't train, I actually don't physically train you. I don't train you online on Zoom. I send you a program, you stick to it, and it works.
Yeah.
That has been a big highlight because that has meant that my level of instruction can be put on paper. You know, for a long time, trainers would only say, "Fanya hivi," and that was the instruction. And I used to fight with these guys a lot in class. Like, stand at the back, we are facing the front, instruct or direct us to do a squat. And people cannot speak the language of how to do a squat without showing you. So the fact that I can train somebody from a piece of paper and they follow it and it actually works, that was a big highlight for me. Because it meant I've practiced it enough to be able to articulate it in writing. Yeah.
Rachel, you do online training.
Yes.
Do you share the same sentiments?
Definitely. A lot. Clients constantly, I have this particular one. I'll mention names.
Yes, please.
Susan.
Yes.
Susan will send me at least a photo every month or so about some progress. Hey, look at my delts, they're looking nice. Or, hey, the abs are popping. Or, wow, my ass is growing. Yeah. There is another client, Mudhoni. Mudhoni, we started training and she was at home. At first, she started using water bottles. And then she bought weights and started using them. And with time, I think the joy and realizing, ukiona ati, guy, imework. You know, especially online. And that's it really fascinates me. Because then you see her, when she was like doing shoulder presses at the start, you see someone's body size. And then a few months down the line, you look at her and you're like, ay, huyu hakuwa anakaa hivi. You're like, are you noticing any difference? Yeah. My jeans are even, these ones are tight, but then the waist is very loose. You know, such things. And you're so happy that you actually I think for me, my highlight is I've realized I actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I actually
You're not just winging it, and it's actually working.
actually know what I'm doing. I have another client. She's called Trisha. Trisha may say she was the highlight of my 2023. Her progress, crazy. She was training with me 2 times a week only at home. She only has 3 kg, 5 kg, 7.5 and 10 kg dumbbells. And we only train at home. She was postpartum. From I think month 2 or 3 is when we started training. If you see her, and then we only trained 2 times a week, only, sometimes even 1 time a week. Then the rest had instructed her what kind of cardio to do. And she was very committed to it. If you see her, at the start of the year, And you see the picture that she had in November. She was looking like a sexy model, and two delts, abs, you know. And she lost, I think, 10 plus kilos. And then that gives you so much pride in knowing. I think for me, it's just kuona tu walai. Me, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yes.
And do you have a career highlight?
Personally, I'd say na babas wangu.
Yeah.
For me, it's transitioning from employment to self-employment. Resigning was not easy, but I did it last year.
Tumebarikiwa na mvua.
Last year, was sending my resignation letter. It was not easy. I had to think about it. I think I had told her about it, and
The community.
it's been a good thing.
Yeah.
It was not easy at first, of course, like a fear. Ask your fear. Let me go out guns blazing. And then the good thing that the highlight was that my clients were supporting me.
Yeah.
Nivo, twende.
Tusonge.
Songe na injili. That support was good for me because I felt like, wow, this is something that can really work. And moving to freelance has been good for me. And so far so good. I'm planning things for myself. Time najipangia yangu, najipia shift yangu. And I'm enjoying it. Life is good.
Well done.
Thank you.
Life is good. Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah.
Madam,
Yes.
please give me a career highlight before I mention the ones that I know.
Mine.
Yes, yours.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Maybe I don't even know there are that many. So, the clients that I've been fortunate enough, but then I can also say I am grateful that I do a good enough job to be able to have clients for a very long time. 2 years having the same clients paying you month after month shows you're doing something right, for sure. 2 years is something. So I had this client who came in first thing, she wanted to gain some weight, do some carbs. Good. First year we did that. Fantastic. Then she recently got pregnant last year. I don't know what was happening last year. All my clients, I think we're just making them look good.
Yes,
Now,
too good.
Yeah. Most of my clients,
Most of us, most women, including myself, get pregnant at their fetus.
at their feet.
I've heard that, by the way. I have heard that.
You want to conceive? Stop taking those. Just get fit.
Just get fit. The body is
yeah, because last year was just something else, and I had this. So she got expectant last year. It was a very funny discovery because then it started as, oh, I'm feeling tired, so we realized our period is supposed to come. Which period? After some time, we realized, oh, okay, we are 2 now.
Yeah.
And one of the highlights up to date, she was saying, this is weird because my previous pregnancy right now, I could not sit for 5 minutes or stand for 5 minutes because my back was a wreck. She even came and asked me, Kwani, what have we been doing on this back? Or Kwani, what have we been doing? She was so shocked. Even me now, I'm shocked as her because just the sincerity that she's saying, she literally has no pain. She is completely fine, which is so miraculous to her that she's not experienced any pain or discomfort in this pregnancy. We're at month 8. She's still coming to the gym, and it's the people who are not confident enough to come to the gym alone when she was alone. Right now, as expected as she is, she's got to the gym, didn't even know we were supposed to have a session because she's so busy. She's like, okay, today I'm going. What am I doing? I whole expected her in the gym alone. Confident enough to know that she will lift safely even when I'm not there.
Now that is work of impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
That hata naenda nyumbani sasa another lady also last year get expectant, deliver her twins. And when you look at her, so came to me for weight loss, even her previous pregnancy was twins, and she gained about 22 kgs in the previous pregnancy over the whole time. So first goal was weight loss. We lost over 25 kgs. Look at her. It's not the same person. Rachel has met her.
I've met her.
And she could not believe.
It's the same person. I've also.
No, this is a whole different client.
No, she met her.
I'm at the booty camp.
The previous booty camp,
You see, support your trainers. I was at their booty camp.
And it's crazy because now this one, we just continued. We were not, you're not supposed to be in a calorie deficit when you expect that by day. But we maintained our portions, we make sure everything was okay, we were training here and there. And when you look at her, you can't even tell that she just delivered twins because she didn't gain the same amount of weight. That her weight is the same. Gained about maybe, I'd say 8, anywhere 10, and it's already all coming off, not with the pressure of snapback, but because we built enough muscle and did a really good job getting the baby. So
Well done. Good job.
thank you.
Steph, you had said one of your highlights. Do you have something to add, or should I move on to Frank?
That I'm a really good trainer.
Hey, say it with chest. There we go.
Whenever somebody asks, because sometimes, let me go back a bit, because I have, after studying fitness, I taught fitness for 10 years. These are some of my products
Yes.
in class. And people will be very shocked that coaches mnaenda shule. You guys don't just stand there and count 1, 2, and like you don't just look like a trainer and become one. So having a background of I research a lot. For me, most of my work is very fact based. I love science. Somebody recently I learned that my personality, there are very many different personality tests, but in one of them I categorize as a mad scientist. So let me explain the personality of a mad scientist. Somebody who loves facts, loves science, but is so extroverted, so they're able to communicate that in a very simplified way. So I can break down an article for you, bring it. I used to teach anatomy and physiology. Imagine me with all my jokes. I taught these guys about 603 muscles. So the fact that I have over time maintained that and perfected, I'm big on results. If a program is not delivering results to a client, I'm happy to go back to the drawing board. If I disappointed the client to the level that they feel disgruntled extremely, I'm happy to step back and offer them to another trainer. So one of my biggest highlights is being a very good trainer, like putting myself to a level. I believe in excellence. Sometimes it's not a very good thing when you need to learn something. So I don't give myself enough grace to make mistakes. But for me, one of my highlights is I can stand by my work. I can look at, as she's saying, there are clients I see, even me 2023 has clients whose bodies have changed, and I'm like, are you seeing yourself? And I'm like, please send me a photo. I have one client who joined my walking challenge. That was my best 21-day program. People were just walking and we were looking at nutrition, and then there was a mobility workout just to prevent being stiff and injuries. She joined that group. That was my best group. February 2023 was the best group I've ever done. All online. I've never met them. And this client joined. She had a hysterectomy. And if you know, once a lady has a hysterectomy, her hormones go haywire. And when her hormones go haywire, it means she's putting on fat, not able to build muscle, she's struggling with irregular periods and all that stuff. So any fitness approach is very complicated. And that was her first statement. Can you help me figure out my body after a hysterectomy? And I told her, I have never done it, but I will do my best. So she joined the group. Then after that, she didn't pay me to train her. She just continued with the guidelines I gave her. Then end of the year, she joined another group, which is a 12-week, I did a legs and bum program. And we met that time, and the day I met her, I was like, I hope you have some photos for before, because I want to take some photos now, then go and compare them. She went and she couldn't believe it. Everyone is asking her, what have you been doing? And she's like, it's been a long process. But to see how her body has transformed within a period of around 10 months, that gives me a lot of confidence. That I can stand by my work. I know what I'm doing. I'm not guessing. And that also gives me confidence to, decline people who don't believe that I can offer the results that I say I will offer. Those clients who want, they are potential clients, you have not signed them up. Do you have a CV? Yes, I do. Do you have a profile? Yes, I do. Do you have a website? Yes, I do. Do you have some before and after photos? And I'm like, that's where I do them. Because I have done it for long. I've also been in the field for a while. It's not arrogance, it's work I have put in. It's I've gotten to the level where I can tell you, yes, I have helped somebody lose 30 kilos. Yes.
Okay.
I have helped people heal a diastasis recti after pregnancy. Somebody recently asked me as recent as last week, what is the biggest diastasis recti you've seen? And I have seen 7 fingers. I have that big. And I have reduced it to 3 within 6 months.
Yeah.
So that for me is a career highlight. If I was to die today, my clients are good. They have the tools to train and to live their healthiest life, even without me as their coach.
Great work of impact there.
Biggest flex.
Biggest flex. Frank, give me your career highlight.
I've seen you choosing me for the last.
Listen, you saved the best for the last.
We don't want to
You know, when
disappoint
you
you.
do too much, it becomes not the best. It becomes the rest. It's okay, I'll take it.
Sasa ndio mapenzi kidogo tu Frank ameleta
We
shida.
thought you appreciated it. Now it's a problem.
It's you come and some every time. Like it has to be like all over the time. Like, I have
Mr.
to-
Best.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Mine is so easy. Like personally, I think I've been through everyone who has said anything. So I'll just specify 2 things or 3 that have just made my year up to now. First thing first, I appreciate the foundation was brought in. Like she's a live evidence, like what and where I was to where I am right now. And it's 5 years before. Let's say 5 to 6 years. If you saw me that and now, there's a very open of everything. So with the tools they gave me through this journey of fitness and everything, it has really expanded my world and has given me a lot of possibilities. First thing first, I love to mention some 2 or 3 people. One of them is like is Bavik. He's one of my longest clients. I've trained for him like 3 to 4 years now. The first thing that made him like decide he doesn't want to train with anyone, it was one thing. This guy had trained for like 10 years. He wanted to lose weight. He actually lost weight, but he had a problem. His back was messed up completely. He was struggling to carry his kid from the couch. That for like almost 2 years, he couldn't lift his kid from the couch. We came, did something simple, very simple things I was taught and like I apply, and also I do my research also at times to find out what the problem is. Actually, the first day we did deadlift, we were fighting, literally fighting. The trainers before him were telling him, you never do deadlift, it will kill you. In his mental, he was like, okay, if I do deadlift, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I had to force him. I was like, if you can't lift that weight, I'm leaving this session. I'm not training you. I'm going. He completely cried, but at the end of the time, he was like, okay. He lifted. He was like, okay, I can do this. Again. Every weight again and again. So over like 2-3 months, this guy came to me and he said, for the first time, I've taken bought like your dispenser. You put it on the dispenser by myself. Now I can carry the kid and throw him up.
And catch him.
I was like, yo, okay, as Andy said, and we were talking as men, I take pride so deep. Unajua umefungia kwa kama unaonyesha ya hiyo wiki. Sasa bado.
Atukienda bafu, chacha.
Unapo dance kwa bafu lakini in the real world when wanaume also basic dance. I was a happy dance inside lakini outside the place has to show like unajua mimi mzee. So I was like, yo, I'll deal with this is it works proper for you, and from that until now this guy trains with me. I've tried recommending him from some guys. I'm like, yo, I'm not around for like a month. Let me tell this guy to come to. He's like,
I'll wait for you. Yeah.
That's something I really take him.
Yeah.
Because up to now, it feels like he's a trainer because I've taught him how to move. He started training, actually, he himself started like showing his wife doing something wrong. Because the wife decided to train us. So every time I'm like, you'll train her. She's like, so okay, and you'll see everything. So what I achieve, what I like is like, when I'm training someone, I actually want him to understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
I might want your money for some time, but after that, you can just pay me, but you're okay to train for yourself.
Yeah.
You're okay to train for yourself, like for as long as you want.
Yeah, you've really impacted the knowledge and the skills that they need to continue training themselves.
Exactly. That's something I'm so proud of in a way. Also, there's this lady, she's called Mercy. Trust me, last year she brought to me like 10 clients just from how she looked to how she is right now. An A. I've never heard of an A standing.
I hope she's complimentary for like 5 years.
Yeah, because we're still training. Because for her, she didn't like bring clients. Clients came to me asking what I do with them for her to look that way. They saw her coming in the gym, and she approached me. We talk, we started training. In 6-7 months, that model body would say that's what lady look up to. It came, it just came, and she wasn't a gymnast that much. Like she was just coming to try and see. Then she saw what people were telling her. She was like, "This is my life now."
Yeah.
Clients were like, "Yo, hey, you
Nataka
tell us,
kama
yeah?
hii.
I want to."
Nataka
I want to-
hii, kama hii, kama hii.
Ile hata hawamjui jina kama ile ule. Yeah.
Nataka huyo.
Yeah.
So if I add on that one, I was like, "Yo, I'm having too many people and I can't say no. I'm saying no, like I can't." Someone's like, "Just squeeze me for like 10 minutes."
Good problems.
Good problems. I'm like, yo. So even I'm training guys who are coming in the country. People, most people come in for like pilots and everything for 2 months. They're training, then they're out. So when you're done with them, they're like, "No, I've never met a trainer like you. I want to stick with you." I'm like, "But you're traveling." So now I had to open my mind up and say like, "Oh, there's online training and everything." So I had to explore that now on that part. So everything to me since I started to where I am, it's an achievement.
There we go. All right. Unless there's anyone who wants to add something, I want to conclude by asking you guys, what legacy and impact are you looking to leave in the industry after all is said and done? Anyone who wants to go?
You know, has he not said that he's a fast all the time?
Yeah. So you want me to be fast?
What impact are you looking to?
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Call back up, shots fired. As a personal trainer, as someone who's been like raised into fitness and everything, for me life is all about living healthy as much as you can. So my impact actually is I'd want to, because I always look at Business Daily, look at Standard, look at all these newspapers, trying to understand how like the society is going to. I'd want to, as a person, if Kenya can be how can I call it, a healthy country. I want to leave a legacy where me, as Frank Fitness, brought this, and like everyone these days, instead of having how do you call it? Every December, everyone's bringing out I'm not saying names of anything, but instead of every month there's a shere, everyone in the country wants to be part of it and everything. I'd want to bring in like a fitness party. There's like once a month, people all over the country are doing the same thing, working on towards fitness and health living. Like Standard Chartered, like, I'm actually like so proud of this, but now can we expand it to people who can't actually run and they're not into running? We make it like a fitness thing. Standard Chartered is a big thing. Doing marathons is a big thing. Now bring fitness is a big thing, part of it. So that's my legacy, changing the country into a fit country.
Okay, I like that. Steph?
Because I train women and I feel women have a very pivotal role in the society. I hope that my work can create impact to many, many more generations than ours. Especially the pre and postpartum women I train. I keep telling clients who want to give up when they're training postpartum that little person that is always around hovering in the session. You are creating a lifestyle and you're modeling a very normal lifestyle that includes movement.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the day women will eat cake without guilt. Stop always counting calories because it's impacting our children. Because now I've reached the point where I am talking to younger girls about the fact that cake is not what makes you fat.
Mm.
That your hormones are changing, and if it's a woman, our bodies are different, and you can enjoy cake if it's your birthday.
Mm.
Because we have very subconsciously as women passed down bad and unhealthy habits to our daughters, and we are not seeing it. And to our households. The way we say, I don't know what is cooked at home, I don't know what. Most of the times in the home, the woman is the one in charge of what is being cooked. Whether you're the one cooking it or not. At least, on the very least, you give the instructions for what needs to be cooked. So hopefully, by the time I am no longer in the industry, which I don't see ever happening, I really enjoy what I do. My hope is that I have impacted the next generation to want to live healthy and to want to be more active as part of their daily living, without it being because you're fat or you're now sick, like the doctor sent you to us. I look forward to the day I'm training people not because they are afraid of gaining weight, but because it makes them feel better. Yeah, so I hope that impact will be felt, and not in our generation. Even the Bible says that if you're creating wealth now, for me and these other your parents, the wealth we are creating is not for our children, it is for our children's children.
Yeah.
So the impact I have in fitness is not for my clients, it's for my clients' children. And the clients that will come, the generation after ours. So that's the hope I have.
Okay. Andy?
The true definition of coaching, I can say, is taking a person from point A to point B, and that involves coaching clients to a point where even if I'm not alive, they can do things for themselves without me being there. That will be one of my biggest impacts to do. And also for my babas, I want them to be confident, to look good. I want them to groom themselves better. See the scenario where the women and the children in the house wako smart, then the baba junior ajituma sana, amekaa tu kwa nyuma, amevaa tu, amekaa tu. That is how our society is, unfortunately. Yeah? I want also men to look good, feel good, and not that they reach a certain age, they just, wow, from baba. And let a remote and a car to, be active. And since we live in a society where, right now as a parent, and I think it's even, it's a game changer for me because I have a son now. He'll grow and the first man he'll look up to is me.
Yeah.
What will he see? And I will be his best friends. Ataona mwanaume anakaa. So I have to keep doing what I'm doing, keep fit, eat healthy, because whatever I do is what he'll follow first before he goes out there and meet other boys and everything. So we have to train these kids right. And this little man has to grow up right.
Yeah.
I have to keep at it.
Yeah.
So because me ndio kio. So if I groom well, if I look good, if I train good, he'll do the same. But nikiweka hapo ashtray, after cigara, he'll take one and sneak and smoke up around. So that's my impact, to leave a legacy of coaching to clients who can do things for themselves.
Yeah.
And also impact other men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wamwere?
Mine is more so for with the women.
Yes.
To encourage every woman, old, young, girls, every woman to feel like fitness is for them. That there's something that they can do. Sometimes you talk to someone and they are so curious, oh, how did you start training, or what do you do, na training giaje? And then maybe you tell them, oh, maybe I train at the gym, because it's the truth. I train at the gym and this is what I do. But then they're like, that can't work for me. So then they discount the whole idea just because whatever you've told them you do is not available for them. But then my goal is to give everyone the understanding that no matter where you are in life, where you are at home, there's always something you can do. And it will change depending on the phase of life that you're in. Fitness will look very, very different. It's just up to you to decide what you can do right now and be okay with it, and then you do it consistently. Fitness is for everyone, every woman. It's not for the rich. Just because maybe you're a waitress or a mama mboga or a conductor in a matatu or a CEO, a teacher, a headmaster, a doctor, a housewife, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, fitness is for you as a woman.
A personal trainer.
A personal trainer. And especially even us as personal trainers, I realized one thing that I noticed last year when I did not intentionally schedule my time for working out, mimi kama mimi. I was so sad. My mood was so erratic. I was just sad all the time for no reason. And training just makes you feel so good. Training and just doing something for yourself. Movement makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. You feel at least you're doing something for yourself. Sometimes there's a time I used to say, hey, if anything, if all else goes bad, at least my body looks good, you know. Yeah. And then you find when you train, you believe in yourself a bit more. You know, it's training and movement is a tool either for happiness or a tool either for showing yourself how much you can do, maybe if you're strength training, or just the act of showing up is a tool to show you that you can trust yourself, because in as much as the day was hard, you still showed up. So training is a tool for so many things, and I believe every person should just move their body. Don't be so tight in what it should look like. Don't feel like once I start this kind of job, I can do it. Or once I become this kind of woman who is earning a certain amount of money, I can do it. Or we've never seen it near watu wanono. Or, you know, because maybe skinny girls, and I say skinny in quotes, smaller sized women, will feel like they don't need to because they technically are okay. Training is for everyone. And you can start at any age. That's the main thing.
And you can start anywhere. You don't have to be in the gym.
You can start anywhere.
You can start like with your small space.
Space. You can walk. You can swim. You can do chores every day. Because imagine, umoyosha nyumba.
That's movement.
It's movement. Yeah.
If you have time, scroll through my Instagram. I used to do. Did I even know the name of the workouts? But I used to use my mother's meza. Na nikaambiwa nikivunja watakuwa wanakulia juu yangu. So vunja. And then my mat would be my blanket. So for the longest time my lower back was a mess because but I had to move, and I wanted to move, and I felt so good after moving. So I agree with you. Movement is for everyone, and it can be at any age and any place. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Joki, work of impact.
You know, yes, we want to change the narrative around fitness, why it is done, who should do it, and you can start at any point. And it's easy to look at the panel and say, well, it's easy for you guys to say that, you just do an example. But right now, more than ever, I think even with COVID, showed the entire world why it's necessary to take care of your own body. I hope we can get to that point where we don't really think fitness is for young people, and we're just saying the things we're saying because we have the privilege of, no, it's not the privilege, we're just young, and you're saying, well, you can do that because you're young. We are not telling you to show up 6 times, you know, if you used to train, to be able to train 6 times a week for 2 hours in the gym. As Rachel has said, it can look however, right? Another impact I would like to leave is, I think we are one generation that people have studied one thing but then gone on to do another. A lot of us in my generation have been able to do that. And I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I'm a HR by profession. By profession, I mean my first profession is HR. I am a fitness professional, but I would like you know that sentence that Peter said that every dream is valid, and you know, no, actually it is. And I want people to look at us and see if you did one thing and you got to a certain point, and even older women and older people look at us and they tell us it's not too late, but then actually now when you see someone doing the thing, you realize, oh, actually, it's she did it, and it's not she did it because she had this, but then actually it's doable. And I would also like, through the conversations that I have and the people that I meet, to be able to leave behind a more empathetic society. Yeah, because I think a lot of things are solvable if you just need to change the perspective. And I'm not saying that with not knowing, maybe the perspective is so many other more things happening in your family, but I think we could be a little more empathetic as a community as a whole. Yeah.
I'm always an advocate for leading with love and leading with kindness. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys for making time for this FRT.
Well, watch your man.
Hey.
He's trying to pick up.
No, yeah, thank you.
Mumeniona?
Asante. Si tuseme secrets zetu.
Yeah. Well,
Eat our food, please.
oh, eat your food.
How about lots of eat our food, baby?
Okay.
Tuongeze mwangaza.
Niko sawa. Mumenimulika. My work of impact, I get to do it every day through fitness. And with every day I wake up, I'm more enthusiastic than the previous. It's because I'm learning things, and I'm also getting deeply rooted in it. So I can also say with chest, my programs are working. I'm an amazing trainer, and that's daily my work of impact. And also this new baby that I have just started, which is FRT, and to create safe and vulnerable spaces and a platform for us guys to share our experiences, our work of impact in the fitness industry, and hopefully anyone who is coming up and wants to be a trainer, because from the last episode, we all have our first career or profession was something different than what we are doing now. So mtu akuwe na confidence, you know what, I can actually go and study this because it is what I want to do. And I've also been, there's an example by all of us that it's actually really doable. So hence me appreciating you guys for making this happen. It's not easy. I was just talking to Nico, who is doing the production for this. Appreciate you, Nico, by the way. Asante sana. I was telling Nico, it's not easy kupanga kitu kama hii. People cancel on you, the last minute, availability. It's very hard to get people at the same time, at the same place. So once again, I really, truly appreciate you for showing up and for feeling that this is safe enough for you guys to share your experiences. Frank, Steph, Andy, and my lovely co-hosts, Joki and Rachel. This has been FRT, that is Fitness Roundtable. This has been conversation number 2. And we are so happy that we've seen it come to life and we've been able to share our experiences. Thank you so much for giving us your time to listen to us, and we shall be back with conversation number 3. Kwaheri.
It's a note.